Viva Aaliyah. Viva Aaliyah. Viva Aaliyah.
Hey Vivas, and welcome to another episode of Viva Aaliyah. This is our very first episode of the year 2022, and we are very excited for what's to come for the rest of the year. We have a lot of very special guests, but today's special guest is a little bit close to home for me, and what I mean by that is she is a very dear sister of mine, but she's also a New Yorker. She is not in New York currently, and I was extremely proud and happy for her and just proud to be her friend when I heard that she had won 2 years ago the title of Miss Gay America. And so I'm going to bring on my dear friend, Miss Pattaya Hart.
Hello, everybody! Sawadika!
Yes, your catchphrase for your entire reign and life, really. Talk to me about that. What made you decide to bring that greeting into your reign?
Okay, I was gonna say it's a catchphrase. If it's a catchphrase, that means it's a catchphrase for my entire the country of Thailand. So I'm originally born and raised in Thailand, and so Sawadee it means hello. It's just like aloha in Hawaiian, right? So it's like hello, goodbye. It's the same thing, Sawadika. So with the boys and the girls, the boys are saying Sawadee krap. The girl is Sawadee ka. So you add that and at the end. So yeah. So but yeah, and as when I went to compete Miss Gay America, I said that like I want to be representing the diversity. I want to be representing that those to be what's it called, inspiration for all those little Asian boy or Latino boys or anyone that's like did not grow up have everything handed to them, that they just have to work harder just to be noticed, to be recognized, just to be like kind of like what, I'm representing all of that. And I feel like to stay true to my root and my passion that I want to, and people who I want to represent. I feel like bringing a little bit of myself to every single place that I go to would be something nice. Like, I mean, people always want to leave legacy. People ask like, what do you want to the people to remember you from? I mean, I don't all of my sister former Miss Gamer, they all have amazing reign, they all have amazing legacy, and I'm like, I don't need to be competing, what I mean? I'm just being me. So I'm like, what's being me? So I'm just bring a little bit of Pattaya. Pattaya is also it's a Thai word. It's a name of the famous city in Thailand, known for the world most beautiful ladyboys. So it's a ladyboy city. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm from Thailand. My name is in Thai, and why not teach a lot of people around the country to speak Thai? Maybe just one word, at least just how to say hello. That's it.
I'm obsessed with that. So I mean, I think hello, hello, hello is RuPaul's catchphrase, even though it's a greeting. So Sawadika is yours, in my opinion. That's it. When I hear it, I think of Pattaya, even if somebody else is saying it. And I do have to say that you are an inspiration, babe. You have been nothing but kind and generous, and have been giving your entire reign. I've just watched you go from coast to coast and represent you and us in New York City and just everybody. And so you have inspired maybe not a little Latin boy, but a big Latin boy, and that's me. So thank you for just being you and just like killing it your entire reign. You've been so amazing.
It's my first national title, and so it's kind of like, ooh, what do I do now? Kind of thing. Like, what do I do with it? Oh, you drinking already?
I'm always drinking. Speaking of, what's in your glass? What are you drinking?
Hold on. Guess what? Coffee.
Oh, she's keeping herself awake.
Double espresso, yes, because with the time difference, nah, I can't blame time difference, but because I got an hour back. But yeah, I performed at the roast room last night, and then I got up. My body just wake me up right at 8 a.m. this morning.
I can
And
only imagine that your body, every time you perform, is sore the next morning because you flip and kick and split and drop and all of those things every performance.
not so much, but I mean, I'm trying. I mean, we're not spring chicken anymore, so I'm trying to save myself and be safe about it. Like be cautious about what I'm doing. I mean, you don't need to, to be a good performer. You don't need to kill yourself just for to get a rise out of the audience, or to get $1. You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
if you do it right. You don't have to kill yourself do all that. And then I feel like like a good ballad can be a fierce performance as well. And
Absolutely.
anyway, so yeah, well, getting up at 8 a.m., I check my Facebook and it go brrr, messages, emails, and I was like, this is on the home stretch as well. The home stretch before it was what today is the 8th, so that we are literally 19 days. No,
Wow.
am I good? Yeah, 19 days.
That is crazy.
No, that's not it. 11 days, 9 days, 9 days. Sorry. Oh my
Wow.
God, variation. I'm so sorry.
Shorter for you. Well, cheers to you and cheers to your reign. And here's to 9 days of excellence that you will continue to show.
Cheers.
Um,
Oh my God, my sister's here, Miss Jennifer
Jennifer
Fox.
Fox.
Hello, sister.
The most beautiful people I've ever met in my entire life. Wonderful to see your pretty faces. Thank you, Jennifer Fox. Yes. She has been on Viva and is a dear friend. And I'm just so glad.
Jennifer has someone with so much wisdom, and I was just like, I haven't met her in person yet, but I was grateful that she was able to join me for my 21-hour dragathon back in 2020, right? 20. When actual Miss Gay America is supposed to happen.
Jennifer is actually from Michigan, where I'm from. So not only, I think she was actually, Jennifer can correct me if I'm wrong, but she was the very first queen to bring a national title back to our state. And still is just legendary on so many platforms, in my opinion. She's amazing. So Pattaya, you did correct me on this because I counted wrong, but you are the 49th crowned Miss Gay America, and one of the very few who won on their first try as well. What was that like? What was the feeling when you heard your name called and that crown was placed on your head?
See, I was stopped myself before I was talking about it earlier, and I was like, "Ooh, this is my very first national title." And so the moment I mean, when they were calling, they called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but we didn't do top 10. We didn't do top 5, so we just 10 of us standing there. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we have 6 girls left. And I think it was right before they announced first runner-up, and I was just like, please don't be my name, please don't be my name, please don't be my name. And then when it's not my name, and I go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I might stand a chance of winning for the first time. And then finally say it, and I just go, oh God, oh crap, what am I gonna do, what do I have to do? So many promises that I get. So it was just like kind of like overwhelmed, but it was like, I'm happy. I'm like really happy. That was, yeah. I was like, And the funny thing is, when I post this picture, I say, get you a true friend who root for you, who clap for you, because Barbara Seville and Aria Russo both on both sides of me. The moment they announced first alternate, they turn around and they congratulate me, and they go, shut up, don't jinx it. What if you win? What if one of y'all win? Then I'll be what? Slap you?
I mean, I was not there, but I was watching photos, and I can say just by your presentation alone, which is now a judge category at Miss Gay America, I was like, she did not come to play. You had like a movie costume built for you, a movie style costume, and that level of expertise was just put into everything that you did. And I was like, there's going to be a New York girl that went to Miss Gay America for her first time and just like slayed the system, and nobody is gonna know what to do.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like, like I'm as we all saying that, when you compete, you gotta be smart about it as well. So everyone said, yeah, it is their dream to win. Everyone's showing, they're representing themselves, their true self, whatever they made up, blah blah blah, all that. True. But also we have to look at it this way. It's also a competition. It's a game. So you gotta learn how to play the game right. For those people who competing in any system, learn the system first. Look at their score sheet of what they are looking for, because each systems are looking at different criteria. Some systems are more on heavy on interview, some are more on fashion, some are more on talent. So what's the weight of the score as well? And I know America is all about like male interview and question and answer, and then also like the admin skill and then talent. So, and I was like, I'm English is my second language, as you can see that I'm like struggling through trying to get a word out. So English is not my first language. So I've been working with Lawanda Jackson in preparation to Miss Gay Americas, and Lawanda has been very patient with me, and sometimes she would be we doing throwing back and forth Q&A, and I would be like, excuse me, what does that word mean to begin with? And like something like that. But I mean, yeah, I was like, you're gonna learn how to play the game right. And since the speaking part, I don't have no problem speaking, but speaking English in the proper way, proper manner, in a certain period, a time frame that you were given, is hard for me. So I was like, okay, I cannot control that. I cannot control what question I'm gonna get thrown at. I cannot control if I'm gonna freak out or I'm gonna win blank again on stage. Just like my prelim when I did at Miss New York, I literally blank space out, and I didn't even know what the question was halfway through, and I was just like, bye.
I mean, I was there when you won Miss New York, and
I didn't win Miss New York.
it was, wait, what?
My prelim for Miss Gay America, I was first alternate.
You were first. Sorry, I was.
I messed up Q&A so bad that I was like, I was winning, and they go.
No, I just messed up my systems. I was at Liberty Continental
Uh-huh.
when you won that.
And
So,
that was the good thing about that one, was like it's the same question for everyone. So
yeah.
we all heard that question 17 times because we heard it since the boys were answering it too. So I'm like, okay, what else can it? But yeah, for national. So I was like, I'm not gonna leave any more wasting space, time, or whatever. So I saw that presentation is 100 points. That is a lot more than double the point of Q&A. Q&A was 50 points. So you know what? I'm gonna try to get that 100 points just in case I lost at 50. I still got this 100, so I go full out for creative costume presentation and being myself. I love fashion, and I love comics, and I love to be creative. So it just all melts into one. I'm like, I want to be a cosplay. I want to be a video game, RoboCop. I call my costume RoboHo.
That costume. I'm serious, Dominic. If you can find it, we'll put it up at some point in this interview. But you just, so you went as first alternate, and having placed obviously better than the person who won Miss New York. What did you have any feelings about being first alternate when you were in that top 10 or top 12? That Gay America does top 10, right?
Not at all. The thing is, I was a little like, damn it, I didn't win my prelim. That's when that night, and then it was just at Miss Gay New York America. There were I think 14 formers Miss Gay America show up, and they all came up to me and give me the word of encouragement. They'd be like, you know what, the game start. This is just to get your ticket. Tomorrow, everything start clean. So I mean, it's not like all these points are carry over. So at national, I didn't even feel like I was first alternate. It doesn't matter. Everyone show up at 0 points. Whether you be first alternate, whether you be somehow your first alternate drop out or whatever, you come in from fourth alternate and you finally got qualified. Doesn't matter. Everyone start at 0. So whatever you do at national, that's when it start counting. Well, actually, whatever you do 3 months leading up to the national, that's what counts the most.
I think
So
that
it
word,
start counting from there.
those words of advice should be used for any system. Like
Mhm.
when somebody is disappointed or feels like they didn't do enough and gets first alternate or second alternate and gets their ticket to nationals, just remember, girl, it starts at nationals. That's when everything is really like, that's when the game is on.
And the first Miss Gay America that to win on her first try was Lauren Colby. So Lauren Colby was also first alternate to her prelim too,
Oh,
and go ahead and just win the whole thing on her first try. So that
well,
was kind of
clearly
amazing.
for a reason because you've done your homework. Not only do
Oh
you
well,
know,
she told me it's like, oh no, that's great because you come in with like a winning mindset. It's all in here too. It's either you freak yourself out or you just focus and just, you know what, whatever you say. If people are gonna try to be like, oh, you're the first alternate. Yes, back then when I get qualified, but I'm here as a winner as Miss Gay America. So let's do it. How you doing? Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
representing the entire country. But the thing for me is you represent what I feel this country is about. I'm first generation in this country. My family was born in Mexico, and I'm also indigenous. My mom's side is native, and so that goes beyond generations of being here in this country. And you to me are what I want to see more nationals have. I want to see more people that are Latinx or Latine, more people that are Asian, more people that are indigenous being represented because that's who we actually are. If you look at what the national standards are and the national percentages are, we actually are the majority, y'all. So we need to be shown a lot more. People of color are significantly higher in percentage.
it's it's also I feel like a lot of people of color, since we had to work so hard, double, I would say, to get noticed or to get anywhere. You know what I mean? Like for me coming to this country to audition, to go to like audition or casting or anything, I'm just like, I just have to work double hard to be noticed. And because I mean, like, the look alone is not getting me anywhere, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to prove them with what I can do. Sometimes what I can do is not even enough. So, and that's why I'm like, you know what, this being recognized by in the community is a great opportunity to show that, hey, you can be like me, and you can, you can, as long as you keep your focus, as you keep work hard, and you just do it right, like study and learn how to do it and be nice about it. And you can, as you're doing it, you can be nice about it too, have fun and be nice to people about it as well. And I feel like that should be like, you don't have to be, oh, they never see me, they'll never get it, they never, just do you, keep doing you until they notice it.
And a lot of what
But
happens in BIPOC communities are we have to create our own spaces and we have to create our own ways of showing that. And you are actually a prime example of that. You, first of all, it leads us into our next question, which is you've kept so busy during the pandemic and during your reign. Sometimes I was like, I would text you and be like, hey girl, do you want to like come have dinner, which we've been trying to plan for months and months and months. And you're like, sorry, I'm in this state, or I'm in this state, or I'm in this state. And I'm like, it's okay, babe.
it's
We can
guilty.
totally do it after your reign is over. But you run your own dance classes, and they're classes that you built from scratch, and they're things
Mhm.
that mean something to you and show your talent and allow people to express themselves in different ways. So I definitely, my question, which is like, I'm kind of like explaining it as I go along, is like, how did you keep so busy? How are you in state after state after state and still coming home and able to have that like passion for your classes that you teach in New York City?
Mhm. I think I didn't start dancing until I was 22, which is a couple of years back. But yeah, I didn't start dancing when I was young, so I was kind of like learning it when I was in college. I saw a dance team and I was like, oh my god, that looks amazing. And now I'm in college. I don't have to worry much about, like I think my parents more are more. I grew up. I was raised very conservative Asian, so they said once you get into in college, and I got into like a really one of the top two school in Thailand. So the expectations are gone, so that you can do whatever you want. So I joined the dance team, and I self-taught and all that stuff. So I kind of like, you know what? When I start dancing later, I I had to work a lot harder just to catch up for those who have been dancing for all their life. And from there, I think being in that dance team, it gives me mentality that, like, you know what, you just keep pushing. And I always tell the kids, or I mean the people that's like younger, the freshmen, all that stuff, like, you can sleep tomorrow. You can sleep when you die, whatever. There's plenty of time to sleep. So you only have 4 years in college. What do you want to do? Do everything that you want. I joined so many clubs, and I was like, I was like how you intern, you only need to intern on your senior year. Interned since freshman year.
Wow.
and and on my senior year I interned 2 jobs. And then still go to school, and then go to all the classes, and then also be the head person of the dance team. So I was like, it was hectic since back then. So, and then now doing drag, I mean, dancing has been my passion, my big passion. So getting to be able to teach, to be on the other side of the table, that's like a huge accomplishment. Being from a dance student, now I can pass on the wisdom, all the everything I learned from all these amazing teachers that I came to New York to study. That's me when I still have hair.
You look the same.
That's at Steps on Broadway, that the one of the top dance studio in New York City. That's where I'm teaching, which I'm really grateful to be able to get that opportunity to be teaching in that such prestigious location, school. Um, so dance always been my priority. So every time I book uh, traveling for prelims, I always say, hey, I need to get back Monday by 4 p.m. the latest, so I can go teach my class at 7. So there were a couple of times that I literally show up to the dance studio with all the suitcase, because I will be landing at 4 or 5, and then grab my suitcase and go to the dance studio. And I don't even go home anymore. So it's just, if they land late after 5, then I'll go straight to school with all the 2 suitcase, drag, all that stuff. Yep. Because I mean, I feel like it gives me joy too, because my dance class is an open class, so it's not just the little girls. There are a lot of like variety of people of all age, um what's it called,
I'm a
career. We have like housewife, we have office worker, we have young student, young kids, and we also have like, like a professional dancer. Sometimes one time, this is a really funny thing, that I was teaching a dance combination, a dance number to um Kinky Boots when it first came out. So I was like, let's do this Land of Lola, blah blah. Oh no, it's Sex is in the Heels. And we were joking about it because I went to see the show and I was like, they're not dancing at all. These songs are amazing. They barely do any dancing in it. And so people was like, "Oh my god, this was great." I go, "Yeah." So I made fun of poke a little fun of the show. And then one girl in class in the front, she was like, "Oh my god, yes, totally." I was like, "What do you know?" She go, "I'm in the show. I'm the lead." The real girl, she was a lead in the show. She was like, "Oh my god, this dancing. I wish our dance are better than just like this," because her role is not dancing role, so she's not, you didn't get to dance. And she say like, all these 5 6 drag queens are so fierce, all the cast are so fierce, but they're not putting into their, what they can do.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it was running out to go, oh, I need to keep my mouth shut. Most of the time nowadays, don't make fun of it. You never know who's going to show up to class.
So the moral of the story is Kinky Boots needs to hire you to re-choreograph their show.
No, because Jerry Mitchell is fabulous, but I just like, okay, they were, I think they might have not tried, I guess, because everyone's in high heels, so they probably look at like safety first. You do a little tipping instead of like doing a whole crazy stuff, which is understandable. Anyway, so coming back to like why you're busy, right? Try to keep my Q&A skill on point.
No, it's
So
totally.
it was always on with my mentality. Like I always want to go what like this too. You only have a year, and now it's two. To be Miss Gay America. What can you do? What do you want to do? And I'm also like, I just got this opportunity to teach at one of the best dance studio in New York City. So like, and I have all these kids who are my regular now, become like only dance, take my class, so I can't let them down either. You know, so I have fun teaching. I have fun seeing my dance student succeed, booking gigs, or just like I can do better. Like when they improve in class, sometimes I got teary eyes too. Like one of the housewife girl who just like never take dance class, never have any background, started with me for 3 years. All of a sudden we go across the floor. She did a double pirouette. I start screaming, and so I was like start crying. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! And the whole class saw. Like, we all like clapping. We are very supportive. Environment in class, so everyone wants to help each other out and all that, which is
In
amazing.
the classes that you teach, which classes do you teach? What are the what?
I teach the dance level is advanced beginner, jazz. I teach jazz class, but it's like a hint of like theater, Broadway, or sometimes it's like lyrical. It's just a lot of fun stuff that I want. Sometimes I feel with the music, and I do a lot of musical theater style. And hold on, what was the question again?
You answered it, but you also teach a heels class, don't you? Like dancing in heels.
Oh no, I mean musical theater. We wear heels, so I wear heels. I teach in heels, and it's just like there's no secret that I'm an Asian drag queen teaching dance class. So and it's I think it opens a lot of doors, and it creates a lot of safe space for boys who wants to dance in heels. I have two straight boys dancing in heels in my class too, because they want to work at audition for all those shows that needs to be in heels. But you know what I mean?
yeah.
And they're just like we just don't feel comfortable going. They just feel shy, and they don't want to be judged when they go to other class, and they're like, come here. The teacher is the big gay right here, so why not? And I actually give notes to boys how to dance in heels too, so it's just so they don't hurt themselves, and that's hard. That's the hardest thing. Like if you get injured from dancing, it takes longer time to heal and get it back. Sometimes you don't even get back to your own shape, you know what I mean?
Or you could be old and have arthritis like me.
No comment.
No,
you're fabulous. Shut up.
I do need to come take your class. I used to dance eons ago. I used to do professional shows, and now I'm like, girl, you're lucky if you get a ballot out of me. No, I'm just kidding. My biggest thing is
you are fabulous at EOY.
Like you said earlier, if I connect with the audience and I am making, if they're into it, I will move or not move. And that's, it depends on the song, it depends on the venue, it depends on how I'm feeling, it depends on like a lot of things when you're performing. And I appreciate you saying that as a queen who is able to, whether you do or not every performance, who is able to do the splits and the cartwheels and the backflips and the flip flops and the spread eagles and all of that, which is another one of your talents. But yeah,
I love the talent.
You have
spread
lots
eagle.
of spread eagle is always a talent of Pattaya's that we always want to.
One of my favorite talent of all time to do is Silk Block Tango, the one I did at Miss Continental.
And it was,
but it's the most stressful just to prep for it, because there were so many layers that I come up with it, and I was just like, oh my god, it's always constant stress. Like, is it gonna nerve? It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna pull it. Am I gonna pull 2 weeks at the same time, or if things gonna come undone and the fifth costume is gonna pop out? It's always that stress before it. But just to perform at it, oh my god, I'm obsessed with Chicago. That's why my last name is Hart.
Yes.
Even though I want to be a Velma Kelly.
I actually messaged you after you wore this for the first time, and I said, "Who made that fucking costume? Because I want one." And I, you don't have to say who it is because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Because I said I can't get him to make me one. He won't respond to me.
Is he not still not responding to you?
No.
Okay.
But it's bigger than you are. Maybe he's like, girl, you don't need to be wearing that. But anyway, we are going to talk more about Miss Pattaya Hart and her journey in pageantry and more in just a second. We're going to take a very quick commercial break, and then we will be right back.
All
Hey
right.
Vivas! We've been together for 3 seasons and we're heading into season 4. I'm so grateful to have had you with me along this journey, and I can't wait to see where we go next. If you'd like to get your own Viva Aaliyah merch to go along this journey with, you can go to www.aaliyahmartinezqueen.com to check out everything Viva Aaliyah. You can also find out what's going on with me and see who's on our next episode. Once again, I can't believe we've made it to season 4 and that you've been along on this journey with me. Keep those glasses full and don't forget to tell me what's in that glass. Yes, we are back with
You're back.
Miss Gay America, Pattaya Hart, my friend, my confidant, my flight buddy. We've taken a flight together. Although we said we were gonna, we both fly Southwest because it's a smart way to fly. And on the way in, we were like, girl, do you want me to sit with you? And you were like, I'm going to take a nap. And I was like, me too. So we sat like rows apart from each other just so we could sleep on the flight.
This is an empty flight. Why are you sitting next to me? I need leg room.
No, absolutely. So
and
we
soon,
just talked
soon to be dance teacher.
Yes, I promise you, I'm gonna come take your class. I'm going to come take your class. I want to get back to at least the level where I feel like I'm comfortable dancing again, and I feel like I can work with you and we can do that. So Pattaya and I have talked about a lot of things, because I do want to say one thing that you didn't say is you choreograph and design all of your talents.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you're not just dancing them. You do soup to nuts. It's like everything. You are.
I come up with the idea. I come up with the idea of the whole thing. I design the costume. I direct it. I choreograph the whole thing. I edit my own music. I edit my own videos. Do all that. So that's why sometimes there's like skip in the music. So that's me. That's my own fault. But I feel more comfortable because I was born on the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius. So the Sagittarius part is a very creative. I think the Capricorn part is kind of like a control freak part of it. So I'm just like, don't trust people. I used to hire someone to do my video for me, and then I just go, So I just take that video and I just tweak it around by myself, and I'm like, why am I paying someone to do it when I can just do it?
There must be less stress somewhere, because I am a control freak as well. Although Aquarians usually like to keep their stuff very close to home, so that's very me. But one of your most well-known talents, and one for me, I will say, is actually your Cheetah Rivera talent, and you do it. It's exquisitely done. It's choreographed just beautifully, but I feel like you actually pulled Cheetah's soul into it when you were choreographing it and when you were putting it together. But you had a chance to meet Cheetah Rivera. You had a chance to have her comment on your talent and comment on how you were doing. And I want to know what that experience is like, because not only is she, wow. First of all, look at the legs. They're all the same. They're all the same.
And these two are my dance students. All my dancers are my dance students.
Really?
Yes. I said this in my interview. I said I don't use professional dance. I don't hire professional dancers. I train professional dancers. So to show you, and I told them, like, I want you to judge me not just what you see on stage, but my talent is that whole process. So take in consideration of how each of these girls dancing. Those are my talent too. But those are talent that coming throughout the years, that working with these girls that work for like 3 4 years. Some of them been with me 7 years. So
So I'll
it's
know
just like,
I've
or some
made,
of them just been here with me. Huh?
so I'll know I've made it in your dance class when you hire me.
There you go. And then yeah, come on, team talent.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say that I decided to do uh, cheetah because I feel like, my favorite talent to do was Chicago, all that cell block tango. Even though people love all that jazz better because of the wig mishap, that scarred me to life. Anyway,
You
but
got talent. You got
so
a
when I
perfect
come to
score.
America, huh,
You got a
I
perfect
when so
talent for that, right?
I no, I think I got perfect score, almost perfect score in the America. But all
Okay.
that jazz was very high as well. That's all that jazz score very high as well. And the America, why I did just the America. I like to be in America one.
Yeah.
So when I come back to when I came to America to come to do compete in America system, most of the judges, most of the formers were saying like, why don't you do all that jazz? Just bring you all the stuff that you already know, already had done it. I was like, well, see, I want to be creative. I want to show of what I can do that I can. I don't want to just be like, okay, let's copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, which is nothing wrong with it. But for me, as a creative, a person who likes to be creative, who likes to keep this wheel going at all the time, so I just don't like repeating stuff. So and also, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my root. Like my thought process was just like how when I first start all everything. So when I first started doing drag, I was working on the cruise ship, um, dancing on the cruise ship, and then the gay cruise came and took over, and they brought their own entertainment. So we all the dancers, we don't have anything to do. Entertainment on the ship, we don't have anything to do. So we just sit on the side. They brought in their own headliner, and headliner was for that cruise was Cheetah Rivera. So they asked us to do a show on the first night because everyone just got on, so they're not. Yeah. So we did the show. We did a circus show. Sheeta was so obsessed with. I think is that was this was in 2010. So Sheeta probably never seen. I mean, she probably seen Cirque du Soleil, but never seen that done on a moving ship before, and with all the dancer, because So she came backstage right after the show, and she walked open the door, and I was like taking off my clothes at the end of the show, and I look up and go, oh, and I was just like lost of word. And a lot of the dancer, I mean, I think a lot of the dancers or and the circus people didn't know who she was, but I'm like, I'm the musical theater trained, so I know exactly who she is. I was just like gobsmacked, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So she come and she's doing this to everybody. Oh my god! Instead of clapping, but it's clapping their face, like, oh my god, you are so wonderful, all this, blah blah blah. And then halfway through the cruise, they asked the singer to like, hey, can you sing for us on the pool deck during the day? And can the boys answer, get in drag and dance? And I was like, I don't know how to do drag, so I just borrow people's shoes, and I didn't even know how to touch. So I didn't even tell how to wear booty shorts with the dance belt and the bra, and then borrow someone's wig, or the girl's wig from the show, and just go up and do their they put makeup on for me. Anyway, so after the show, after that number, uh, Lisa, who is Cheetah's daughter, came up and grabbed me, like, come with me, come with me. I was like, okay, who is this? and then and then my mom wants to meet you. And then I got to meet her like on a different level, and she was just doing this. Oh my god, you are my favorite bitch. That's what she said. You're my favorite bitch. And she keeps slapping my face. And that was like, you know what? The first time doing drag, not even know how to do drag at all. First time cross dressing in public. Cheetah was in the audience, and Lisa said, "Mom, doesn't she look like you when you were younger?" And Cheetah goes, "Shut up." That I remember. Yes, and
Yes.
so um so when I decide to do this, I come up with the whole, let's do, I already did Cheetah America at Continental, but what else can I add? So I decide to do, like, you know what, let's do like a tribute to her, as if, like, if we're at a award show, we're gonna give like a lifetime achievement to Cheetah, like how Celia Cruz, they have J Lo come out to do the whole stick. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Except for
just me doing something like that for Cheetah, kind
yeah.
of thing. So
You
I
were
just do, so I went to like Kiss of the Spider Woman, because also my is another nod to my drag mother Fantasia Lamour. The last time she competed at Miss Gay America was in 1985. No, 95 or something. Her talent was Kiss of the Spider Woman. So I was
wow.
like, oh my god, this everything just cannot come in together in like a coincidence. So it fits so well. So I did that same number, and turned into Sweet Charity, because she's Sweet Charity is when I watched that show. I mean, I watched the movie, and I was like, the only person that I can't take my eyes off was Cheetah. The way her acting was like me in drag. I was just like, this is my character. Like, yeah, 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 just like a loud mouth girl kind of thing. Looks like she's drunk at all time, but she's not. She didn't even have a sip of alcohol. You know, like I'll be like high on my coffee like this, and be like, hey, everyone go, oh, she is wasted. You know, that's what my real mother said too. Like, we don't need alcohol to get crazy. We are crazy in our blood. So that's what we were all, yeah.
But I
So
still drink.
I feel like that's why I related to Sheeta, and so all this movie that I've seen her of her acting, I feel like I can just, it's just it feels natural when I do, every time I do her. It's just like I feel like I'm just doing Pattaya, but then it's literally what would Cheetah do is what would Pattaya do, kind of thing. So I did that at national. The next morning after I won, I got a text message from the bar manager who at industry bar, who works part-time as her Cheetah Rivera tour manager. It's a long page messages. Hey, he said, hey, someone wants me to pass you these messages. And I didn't even finish reading. I just start crying.
I
And
would.
it was, hey, hey gal, this is Cheetah Rivera. I was like, oh please, like you don't need to introduce yourself. And she's like, oh my god, Chris showed me the video of your performance last night, and she said, bitch. It was like all cap, bitch. Like it was all compliment. It was so funny. And then she said, I need to see you in person. So when I get back home to New York City, she invited me to see her show, her cabaret show. So I went to see it, and she got me the center booth, VIP center booth seat, and I was like, oh my god. And then she did a 16 bar of Where You Are, and I follow her career. I mean, follow her all the shows. I've seen this list many times, and she never done Where You Are from Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Yeah.
And it was very shocked. Like I was like, why is it only that? And then so when I got invited to got asked to perform for her on her birthday. I mean, I met her several times. So that picture that Dominic put on, that was from her birthday, that we surprised her at the bar. They went to the bar to get a drink before dinner, and then all of a sudden the curtains open, and I start doing her. I just show up to do Kiss of Spider Woman. So I was like, okay, now that we are talking, so like, hey, so I was just wondering, like, you normally don't do that song. And then her assistant said, well, she told them that Pattaya is coming to this show, so I'm adding that song for just tonight, and that's why it's only 16 bar. So I start crying. I was like, oh my god. So it's really such an honor to just, like, not just she knows my name. She recognized what I do, and it was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this back to you. I'm just throwing it right back at you.
Yeah.
And the most wonderful feeling was that when I was performed for her birthday, she was sitting right in the front row, front center on the couch at industry, and I was lip syncing to you come to the audience, like kind of like when you go into the audience lip syncing, and it was this, and she lip syncing too. No, she not. She probably was singing live. It was like we were singing to each other's eyes. I got goosebumps, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't black out, don't black out. Just keep going, keep going. And she noticed that like the choreo, some of the choreos are original, and she was just like, I post a video of my performance on my Instagram. So if you go scroll down, if anyone wants to go see it, find it. It's right there. Sometimes she's she's go, oh, when she recognized certain move, and she's like, oh, she was like, yeah, she's amazing. And to see her losing it, and I'm about to lose it too on stage, try to keep it together. It was amazing, the most amazing experience. Impersonating someone right in front of them. I like, it's just nerve wracking.
Wow, that is intense. You were, when you were telling it, I was getting emotional because I was like, I feel your passion, and I felt what was going on in your mind at that moment. It's wow. That's amazing.
She's the one that create all these roles in the original cast. You know, like she was the first Velma Kelly. They wrote the whole show for her. That she was the first Anita. She was it's all, everything was all that, and it was just like, let me put this all together because it's just, you know, it's an inspiration. She's one of the first person of color to have a lead role on Broadway ever. So it's just it just fall into one story that it's my story. That's what I want to represent, and it was just right. Yeah, and of course, after my performance, and I was like, thank you. You did this every time you see me, and then she go, oh, I did that a lot, don't I? She was just laughing. She was like, yeah.
I love that. That's amazing that she continues her ways. First of all, I want to acknowledge the people that have commented in. My husband commented in, and Cosma Stetson, who is a future Miss Gay America in my eyes, and somebody that you have connected with over the years, or over your year. Yes, a couple of years now. Years. So hello, sister. Sending love from Casey. Hey, babe. But I also want to. So we've talked a lot about your year as Miss Gay America and your talents that you performed, not just at America, but at Continental. And you started to like hint at this. Who gave Pattaya her start? So you started on a cruise ship, but like, who was your first queen that like, or person that really fostered who Pattaya Hart was? Where did your name come from? What was your first performance? I want to hear all of this.
Oh, so Pattaya, it's when I start to actually do it for real. For real, it's in New York. So it was more like so after the cruise ship, I feel more comfortable, more confident, comfortable after being put in cross dress to come out kind of thing. So I like, okay, so we start having gay friends now in the dance studio, and now we start watching Drag Race, and I was like, I never seen it before. We don't really have a drag queens in Thailand because all the drag show in Thailand are all lady boys, you know, like beautiful women. So it's not like, and the drag part was always like a funny, a big, crazy makeup. That's our drag that I've seen.
I have a question. I have a very quick question.
Yes.
When we met, were those your first years in drag?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay, so we met.
A lot of people don't believe me that I just started doing drag because my makeup was together.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that was 2012. I started doing drag in June 2012, but I've been working on cruise ship since 2010. So that's those 2 years. Our ship, my ship that I perform on, we do circus show. We do Cirque du Soleil show. So I got put through to do all this crazy different type of makeup all the time. Every single show is different makeup. And so I love Cirque du Soleil makeup, so I start playing with different things. And since we're doing shows like every single day, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna go for it. You know, who cares? So I get to play a lot. So when I start doing drag, I was like, you know what? It's just that's clown makeup. but just make it smaller, pull it back, and that's why I was. That's why I guess that's why I managed to get the contour right, get the line straight, kind of thing. So I think that's what it is. Because um, I started we my friend took me to see the amateur night show on Wednesday at therapy. Rest in peace.
Saliva.
No, cattle call
Oh,
hosted by
yes. Cattle
hosted by Peppermint, and I
Yes.
was like, oh my god, she's sickening. Peppermint was sickening, but then all the contestants, I was like, meh, meh, she looks like a man, and all this stuff. I was always making negative comment, shady comment, and everyone, six people in my at my table turn around and go, "Can you do it though? Can you do it?" That's so they started like they got tired of me like being,
Ah.
yeah. I'm like, you know what? Give me 2 weeks, I can do it. So 2 weeks later, I came to compete at cattle call. The first week, it was I show up and it was like, oh, it's a live singing show. I'm like, oh. So anyway, well, they let me perform anyway, but I wasn't competing. So I come back the second week, do it again, and I won. So it would be like I won on my first try. So
I feel like I mean for the people that I know and me and when I came into New York City, that era of drag is no longer, but it was like so impactful to the community here. Peppermint was running shows. Shaquita still runs shows. Keisha and I were running Lucky Chang's at the time.
right.
It was just like it was a lot of like good drag that came out of that.
It was very club kid that turns into we find our own tribe and then we just stick together. And I think it was my fourth time performing in drag in New York. I was at Barracuda doing Star Search, and I was up there. Keisha Carr was competing, and there were 17 girls competing that night. Or no, 22 girls competing that night, and me and Keisha were the final two. And Keisha is one of the biggest queen in New York City right now. And I'm like, oh my god, to think that I was all the way up there with her, and then Keisha was after that. Keisha go, girl, don't lie. You just start doing drag. Don't lie. I was like, what are you talking about? And then she go, well, we're recruiting people for Lucky Sheng expanding. So that's when they got all my information and it went into audition, and then I got the job right away. We start working. It's a restaurant that does drag, like lips, like hamburger Marys, but the waiter are all in drag, yeah. And Aaliyah was our manager, who nobody knows it was a drag queen at all until she was out one night and she showed up in full geese and she like danced around like, hey guys, hey guys. I was like, hi. And she's like, you don't know who I am? I was like, hell no, who are you? And then you whip up your ID or something and I go, shut the fuck up. Back then I was still brand new, so I couldn't tell boys and girls out of drag. So I was like, even though we would talk for a while, you'd have to pull your ID out or something. And I was like, he was like, I'm Michael. I'm like, huh? Michael who?
Yeah.
No clue.
Really, which is funny because I think about it now, it's 2022. We've known each other 10 years.
Oh my god, it's too long.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but for Lucky Sheng, this is where I get to, I would say a crash course of drag, because I was working Wednesday through Sunday, so I was in drag 5 days a week, every day to work at the restaurant, and so each day I get to get ready with different girls because I'm the main one, because the Lucky Sheng brand is like Asian based, so I'm the Asian girls on the main all the time. So I'm always there. And I was like, you know what? I have experience in restaurants. So I wait tables before, actor, musical theater, actor, waiter. So I wait tables. I have all the experience. I run the whole system, all that, the whatever. Yeah. So I get to work every day. And like Wednesday, I will get to get ready with Bob, the drag queen. Thursday, I get to get ready with Thor. And Friday I get to work with Keisha Ka. Like Saturday, Paulina, Princess of Power, Lila Lansing. All these people everyone have different tricks. Doing makeup together. Each one is like, oh, is that how you? Oh. So they're kind of like, okay, and also it goes back into that circus day. Oh, I'm in drag every day, so why don't I just try it? You know,
Yeah.
and it's only for to serve drinks and food, so why not? So I try different things every day, try little, and it whatever works, and and it sticks with me. So you got it's kind of like drag. It's like what you call, you don't copy anyone's face. You just look at what they do and pick whatever works for you and use that. Don't
Yeah.
copy anyone. But nowadays, I think drag nowadays there's a lot of like, oh yeah, I like that face. I'm just gonna do the whole face,
Yeah.
and then they just lost their what's it called? What makes them unique? What you know?
I think it's honestly like when even when I met you, YouTube and Instagram and influencers weren't like a thing, and so now we have so many of them, and people follow them rather than do their own thing,
Mhm.
or they don't. I think when I started drag, which was eons before most of the people that worked at Lucky Chang's, I started in 2005. Um, we had to travel to see other makeup, and it was exactly what you said. It was like getting ready in rooms with people. I mean, I got ready in rooms with my drag mother and your drag mother and other people that have influenced everything about what I do. And it's crazy to know that people can just like look up a YouTube tutorial and figure out how to do their entire face now. And
I
that's when I knew it wasn't that way.
Back then I was like kind of like when I first started, I was watching the YouTube video to like learn how to glue my eyebrows down to like kind of like, but then it was just like watching it does back then it was just very different way or something. But what I learned, it was just watching. Thorgy Thor was the one that with the that come up with the whole hairspray to set your face, and it sticks
Girl,
with me because
that's been going on since I was a baby.
I'm still using it right now. Everyone keep looking at me like, everyone's like, "Girl, this is expensive setting spray." I'm like, "No, thank you." So we have at national when I compete last year at Miss Gay America, we have a sponsor for makeup. So he walks around and like, hey, this setting spray is great for you. So you can start spraying every girl down the line. I saw it. I was like, we will line up for evening gown. I'm like, mm-mm. My face is set to Jesus. Okay, so he comes over. He goes, no, thank you. I before he even start advertising, and I'm like, and I think I offended him. I'm going, no, 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 no. I hairspray my face 4 times. I'm good. He's like, but
Oh my gosh.
the more I add on, it start cracking. Nope, I'm good. Thank you
Oh yeah,
though.
no, definitely. I hear that. So I want we've gone through a lot of your career. We've talked about Miss Gay America, which you have been a phenomenal representative of, and you have not only represented Miss Gay America, but you've represented queens outside of Miss Gay America, and you've just been the symbol of excellence. That I've said this a million times, and I've said Tajma has been tuned in, but she's one of my best friends, and I've said this to her a million times. The queens that ended up title holders during the pandemic were meant to. And they really were. You were one of them, and we could not have gotten through what we did and what we had to go through without you representing Miss Gay America or Tajma representing Miss Gay United States or Tiffany representing All American Goddess. And it was just, it was a lot for us to go through. And having you at the helm of Miss Gay America was exactly what we needed as a queer community and what we needed as a pageant community. So thank you for doing all that you've done. But yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not. I don't do really well with compliments, but thank you.
Well, take it, bitch. I'm
I
giving you.
know. I was just saying that, like, I mean, whether it was with or without the crown, like the crown, I feel like I'm still doing the same thing. Like I still have this voice. I have to have my platform because you don't need the national title to have a platform. You doing drag, you getting up on that stage every single night, every single time you get on that stage, every time you grab that mic, that's your platform to communicate with straight people, allies, or people in the same community. That's your platform. Make it count. So like, or people who have social media like this, use that platform. So that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, it's amazing that I have the Miss Gay America platform, so that way I have a bigger audience that follow around. So it was great that I get that platform that I to spread more awareness about what's going on, or keep them, like their spirit up during what's going on, and then keep them posted about what's going on. And also with reach out to contestants that, like it's not just about competing, it's about self growth. I said it in my interview too. It's like Miss Gamer is not about competition for me. It's about how I'm gonna better myself, be a better person, be a better artist. Because Miss Gay America has, my favorite part of Miss Gay America was the critiques after the pageant, each pageant, because that's where actually when you learn to become a better artist. Because some people, I see a lot of people come back to compete every year over and over in a different system, in any system, doing the exact same mistake, because no one tell them that was not what they're looking for, and or that's not what that system was was focusing on.
Right.
And so I think like with the critiques, it's just great, because I was sometimes I was like, what did I do wrong? Why am I not winning? Or it's sometimes you have that in that self doubt, and to have like someone that who's like sincere, and I want to be that person. Like, not we're not breaking you down, but we're just building you up. That's what it is. And sometimes it's hard to hear. Of course, we spend so much money for with all this package, but then when it didn't pay off, we should. It's nice to like, okay, step back and be like, okay, calm down, breathe. Okay, what else can I do to make it better? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like something that we should be doing as a community as well, instead of break be shady and read each other's down. More like, hey, why don't you do this? Suggest a better things that they can improve on it. And I think that's what it is. And I appreciate for this opportunity, that this platform that I have. But I was just saying, like, if I did not have the crown, I would still keep doing what I do. Or if I step down, if I haven't have a crown anymore, I will still work with contestant, potential contestant, or anyone who wants to compete at any system. If they want, I like to think I'm a fashion girl, so I would like to help out with, like, looking creative or designing gown for them. I'm not a seamstress, but I know what I like, what I know what looks good on people different body shape. And also, like, I love to create talent for people too. So, and if you want to book me, hire me to choreograph anyone's talent, yeah, let's do it, let's get to work. And I've been create pretty numbers of winning talent, not just myself, for other people as well, that they compete in different system.
No, you
So,
definitely have, and I think you have a lot to offer to the world, and that's kind of, again, you are very good at leading me into my next question, which is, what is next for you? Do you have more classes coming up? Are you planning on just like sleeping for an entire month because you have not been able to?
no, we sleep when we die.
That's my motto too, girl. Or is there another pageant in Pattaya's future?
I'm still considering, because I at first I said before that I was like, what, I'm gonna take a year off and enjoy, travel with Miss Gay America. But I'm like, now it's been 2 years, and now like my competitive, my creative wheels start about to get rusty. And like, oh, I want to. So that's why I start creating talent for other people. And I'm like, oh no, sometimes you came across a really good talent, and like, oh no, I want to keep it for myself. But so yeah, you never know. Right now I'm focused on my step down first, and also helping all these contestants. So I actually like kind of like stressed out, because I've been helping a lot of contestants, and I forgot that I have to do it a step down myself. So I'm like, let's get yours together first, Pattaya.
Well, babe, you've got a New York sister that will help you no matter what. So you let me know what you need.
All right.
We've got plenty of shit
Yeah, thank
room
you.
here. You let me know. I'm happy to help you. I'm beyond proud of what you've accomplished, and beyond proud to know you. You are just a beautiful person that I am so grateful to have in my life. And we
Grateful
will
to have you as a friend. Yeah.
get that dinner and drinks on the menu,
Yes.
on the calendar at some point. But everybody that watches Viva Aaliyah, Miss Gay America, not just 1 year, but 2 years, Miss Pattaya Hart. Give it up.
ขอบคุณค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ Say it, Aaliyah.
Sawadee ka!
Yay!
Say it right? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sawadee
There you
ka! There we go.
There you go.
Yes. All right. Give it up for Pattaya Hart. Babe, I'll see you back
Thank you
soon.
so much. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Wow. All right, Vivas. We have an exciting month for you. Next week, we are interviewing the photographer of photographers, the person who has put drag queens on Drag Race on the map. And we are going to get to know why he started photography, what he's up to, and what's going on, not other than the international sensation, Magnus Hastings. We're going to chat with him and figure out how I can get on his books. Until then, I love you. Take care of each other. Make sure that you are wearing your masks. Make sure that you're getting your vaccinations and your boosters. Please stay in if you can. Please get tested if you're having symptoms. And anything else, reach out to me because I love you and I'm here to support you. Viva Aaliyah.
Viva Aaliyah.